Dr. Umar Johnson is in more trouble than he knows and realizes. A couple of things that took place this week pretty much confirms that. So the first thing is Umar Johnson did a podcast where Umar Johnson admits that he was debanked, but he don't seem too concerned about being debanked. I don't think he understands what that means.
Let's talk about FDMG for a moment. No,
Sure.
before we get to FDMG, you did come out at one point and say that your accounts were frozen, business and personal. What was the update on that? And explain to the audience a little bit. Explain to the audience a little bit what happened, your response to it, and where it stands now.
Well, we got debanked, but the bank kept giving us the runaround. First, they said we just looking into your account. I guess they wanted to see if I was mismanaging money. I'm assuming the struggle streamers contacted the bank and accused me of fraudulent behavior as they've done in the past. First, they said we was looking into your account, but you're not going to be debanked, right? And then the next thing you know, I get a letter in the mail saying I'm debanked. So I call them. I say, y'all told me y'all just looking into the account. Yeah, well, we didn't know. We thought they was, and we just got this letter from the higher ups saying that we can no longer host your account, that we have the right to choose who we can and cannot.
Umar Johnson is full of it. So I'm being charitable when I say, just in case Umar Johnson is telling the truth, he should be concerned. There are some less concerning reasons for being debanked, such as, I don't know, some transactional issues, your check bounced too many times, some unusual activities, things of that sort. Then there's some very concerning reasons to be debanked. Things such as the higher ups came and said, hey, we got to shut him down for either money laundering, you're being investigated by the feds, the feds are sending APBs out for you. The bank is trying to protect themselves because the feds are telling them you are high risk. That's one thing. And that should be very concerning. But even more concerning, if the higher ups is coming and saying he got to go, how high do the higher ups go? Are we talking about the CEO of the bank is saying Umar Johnson can't bank with us? In that regard, that's probably like a social consequence? That's probably Umar Johnson saying some things about them boys and now the top people say, hey, you can't bank with us? And if that's the case, if they're debanking you for comments you made about a certain group of people, you know what's next no-fly list. You know what's next Instagram, social media gone. You know what's next Airbnb gone. You know what's next? Anybody next to you getting debanked and no-fly list. You out of here. He should be very concerned, but he's talking about this willy-nilly, which makes me believe maybe he's not being as truthful as I expect him to be, because he don't appear to be concerned at all. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, because as the video progresses, you're about to hear from other people who I think Umar Johnson should be terrified of. These people quite literally might murder Umar Johnson one day. They are obsessive, they're stalkers, they're weirdos.
But then Donald Trump, or was it Joe Biden? It might have been Trump who signed this law that says banks cannot just debank you because they don't like you. You follow what I'm saying? But we were a black bank now, so I'm gonna let it be. But I think I did have grounds to sue because I think they did it because of my personal political views. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I was with that bank since I was in my first summer job at 14 years old. It just goes to show white folks don't care nothing about you. You feel me?
So you're debanked, and all of a sudden, I see
and the money froze with no promise of when it's going to be released. They gave me a date, right? And then that date came, and I still ain't got my money. So I'm calling around the lawyers and everything. And the one lawyer like, it's hard to get your money back from these banks. I said, what? He said, yeah, them banks.
It ain't hard to put it in now.
Yeah, but he was telling me like, with them banks, you got to be careful. He said he heard of banks who held on to people money for years, bro. You got to be careful with these banks, man. Yeah. He said the rules around finance give them a lot of leeway, bro.
I bet.
They can straight have you. You could be a multimillionaire and be broke as shit messing with these banks, bro. Yes.
So you're debanked. Did you receive a letter? Did you go try to access your account?
What happened was I think I was sending my cousin like $50, and it said zero balance. That's what did it. I called the bank. Why is my thing? Oh, your accounts are not accessible right now. For what? We're currently reviewing them. For what? I don't know. Only central office.
Yeah, they're told not to say nothing. Yeah,
you feel me?
Yeah.
So I was in limbo.
Damn.
I personally, at some point, thought Umar Johnson was lying about his accounts being hacked and him not being able to access the money. I thought it was a long con game, A, to get more donations, and 2, to kind of say, hey, my bank accounts got closed. I couldn't pay these property taxes. They took my building for me. It's not my fault. I thought this was a long game for Umar Johnson to get out of the buildings. But Umar Johnson apparently paid and he still got the building. So who knows, right? But something else happened this week that was very concerning. You know what's worse than being debanked? Having a mentally ill, unhinged, insane, pathological, lying, obsessive woman stalk you. And unfortunately for Umar Johnson, he's in a position right now where she's getting crazier and crazier as the day go by. And if he don't take action right now, try to get a restraining order, try to get something to stop this woman, she's going to take things really, really, really far. It's scary to even think about her going further than the lengths that she has already gone to try to destroy Umar Johnson's life. So this lady made her debut on YouTube just outright lying on Umar Johnson and saying things that are just patently false. This lady, from out the blue, from out of nowhere whatsoever, she decided she was going to come on YouTube and just simply lie, make up stories from out of thin air for no reason whatsoever. So one of the stories that she came on YouTube with about Umar Johnson was apparently this settlement check Umar Johnson gave her. So she came on YouTube with this great poker face, right? She told a story about how her and Umar Johnson did a movie together, which appeared to be true. But she would say that due to the conflict of interest in releasing this movie, Umar Johnson caused her great distress. Umar Johnson caused her like great harm mentally. She had to go to therapy. That's how destructive and toxic Umar Johnson was to her, that she donated money to Umar Johnson, so she wanted that back as well. And altogether, right, her and Umar Johnson went to mediation because Umar Johnson was terrified at what she could say about him and release about him. So Umar Johnson gave her a $68,000 settlement check. And she said this with a straight face. And nobody had reasons not to believe her, because who would just come out the blue and make up something like this?
The reason I wanted to come out to make this video, it's because I received a check as a settlement from Dr. Umar Johnson. During the week, I received an email, and the email was not claiming to sue me. It was from his attorney at Cleveland law firm, which has a sister firm and where he's from, Philly. So they reached out. They wanted to have a dialogue. They wanted to give me a form of payment for my hardship that I dealt with Dr. Umar, for my donation, and then for my therapy. What I did say, I went to therapy in one of the videos, so they did their homework pretty thoroughly. They wanted to reimburse me for that. And he wanted to move forward and not have me make disparaging video about him anymore. Like, what else they said? They're like, yeah, so I'm glad we're having this dialogue. We're going to give you $68,600. I left the checks up there. I haven't even cashed the check yet. The check's still up there. But what I did do, I sent a copy of that check to Honor, because I promised Honor when I get paid, I would return back on this show, and then I would do let the people know I got my money back.
Everything about this woman is frightening, down to her mannerism, down to how well she lies, her poker face. Everything about her is frightening. Even her motives for doing this. It appears she has no motive whatsoever outside of just wanting attention. This is crazy. So, like, the poker face broke down because once people asked her for proof of this check, because I'll be real, I knew the story was capped from the very beginning. When I hear that Umar Johnson gave you $68,000 in a check, I said, yeah, okay, not the Umar Johnson I know. Umar Johnson got a lot of character flaws. A trick ain't one of them. Bobo the Fool ain't one of them. Umar Johnson ain't giving up $68,000 through mediation. You would have to pry $68,000 out of Umar Johnson cold dead hands for Umar Johnson to give you $68,000. So when people asked her for the check, apparently she became frantic, panicked, and made a really big mistake, because when she sent this content creator a picture of the check, it said in bold letters the check was fake and it was not a real check.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Is it okay to show it?
You show it. Yeah, like, yeah, you ain't gotta let it linger. But
Okay.
And then you know what? I'm gonna tell you, and I want you to show the back of the check. That's the important now. And you let
Okay.
it linger so you can see it's a watermark. Cause trust me, They're gonna be mad, but at the same time, I'm not that desperate to prove anything to you guys where it's gonna come back to me some legal thing. So
Okay. So
the only
so
thing
I'll
that's
can I
real is the written amount, the amount, and my name on the check, and then the year of the check, 2025.
okay.
It's
So
none of
I'll
y'all
show it here.
business when the check was written. It's none of your business what law firm the check came from. None of your business the memo. None of nobody's business. I don't even have to. I send it to you, so I need you to conceal all. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. So here's the back of the check. I'll show that.
you got to largen it so they can see it. They can see it.
Yeah, they can see it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it okay for me to show the
You
front?
can show the front, but you only need to linger. You can show it and
Okay.
take it off because you know some of these Negroes, they don't see it, they don't believe it.
It is. It is.
They
And
don't
it's
see it, they
legit.
don't believe it.
And I'll see the figures on there. You know,
They don't see it, they don't
it's
believe
interesting.
it. And you see
Ooh,
my name, Mary,
yeah, it's on there.
Lorient, and you see the year 2025.
Mhm.
And then one of them is a cap. I'm like, what cap mean? And my girl, you don't know what cap? I'm like, no. Yeah, that mean you lying. And it's like, it's just, but those are his little supporters, you know, like
Yeah.
they gotta come at you.
When you pause on the check, though, like the check like clearly shows this is not a real check. To receive your real cash offer, call this number. Now they call the number. This is apparently like a number to like a real estate mortgage thing. So it appears this was like one of those like promotion. Yo, you could get up to $68,000, right? Like you know, in compensation, et cetera, et cetera. And then she took it and showcases as if this was like a settlement check from Umar Johnson. This is some scary stuff, bruh. Somebody this obsessed can do some damaging things, yo. Because who would just wake up one day to lie about something like this? Then when she finally got caught, yo, like the entire calm, nice old lady demeanor that she was trying to perpetrate, that went out the window, right? Her true colors, you know, like got exposed. Because once she got confronted about this, watch her go off the, I'm talking about like just off the hinge. This lady was out here steaming red when she finally got caught. But the angrier she got, the easier it was to see that she was an absolute liar.
That law firm, that check was deposited in Chase Manhattan, and then that money was withdrawn and then deposited to Huntington Bank. I don't have to lie, Mr. Honor. I don't have to lie. Why would I lie? Where's Umar now? Call Umar right now. You call him right now. I'll talk to him. Call him now. Call him now. You got his number.
Are you saying that the check that you showed me that cleared?
They gave me something, and then I told you, I said, listen, I do not trust this man. We went to Huntington. I go to a video. I said, you know, family, this check that they gave us, we are in questioning of the check. Before I got the money, I had to sign paperwork. He went to a long shark. These people are long shark. Long shark. I don't know. You're talking about real estate. I don't know about real estate. They're long shark. You get money. Let me break it down because someone probably, what the hell is she talking about? You get money from them and there's a high interest rate. That was Umar them doing. I don't care where the money came from. All I care is I got paid. I got paid. Okay. And once he paid me, I start moving. I was playing chess with him. I'm like, all right. Now it's on. I've been moving with Umar.
All right. So you're saying that the check.
Sharon, call Becky downstairs and tell her to start the med pass.
This was like the beginning of the spiral of fuckery. Like this lady went to a police station to prove that the police station had the check. But why would the police station have the check when you say you cashed the check and you withdrew the money after cashing the check? If you cash the check, the bank will have the check, not the police station. So that was bizarre. And that led to her telling more lies. It just got out of control, man. But she didn't stop here. The lady even continued to lying about Umar Johnson being under investigation. One of the things that unmasked this great poker face she had when she first joined YouTube and exposed her as a fraud was this particular post on her YouTube channel. So she took to her YouTube, like community tab, to announce that there was an investigation happening on Dr. Umar Johnson. So she would write, "Family, I want to bring this to everyone's attention. There is an official investigation on Dr. Umar Johnson in effect December 12th, 2026. I took this photo today at headquarters, Cleveland Division of Police in Cleveland, Ohio." Obviously, this is bullshit. Like, obviously, this is absolute cap. Because first thing you want to think of is, what business would Cleveland police be doing investigating Dr. Umar Johnson? Even if you believe that Umar Johnson has been scamming, has been committing wire fraud, that has nothing to do with Cleveland. Those are like federal charges, and at very least, those are probably like charges that maybe, Delaware police may be interested in. Maybe Umar Johnson, I don't know, did something nefarious with the school in Delaware. But it would make zero sense for Cleveland, like, state police to be investigating Umar Johnson. This is just this woman, time after time, just commenting on YouTube and showing she's obsessed with Umar Johnson, and it's scary. She is taking her obsession, by the way, a step further. So apparently, she's planning to go to FDMG to confront Umar Johnson in person. To confront Umar Johnson about what exactly? You have lied and made up things in your head. You and Umar Johnson don't got a beef. You lied about it all. But she's about to go to confront Umar Johnson in person about the made up lies and beef that she has with Umar Johnson in her head. This woman is psychotic. And unfortunately for Umar Johnson, she's not going to stop until something really bad happens. Now she has gone from making up these head movies online to now she's trying to come and ambush you in person. Man, you better handle this, bro.
Who makes video and stay in your mama's closet, because I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be making trip to FDMG. Not one, not two, I'm going to make trip. We run into each other. That they told me, Marianne, stay in a safe place, don't go into a dangerous place. They don't want me crossing line, going on but I'm coming, you understand? Because I'm going to let folks know you're a thief, sir. You a thief. And then I can't be no activist. You know what? I make moves. I'm going to be going door to door. These people around this neighborhood. Listen, I'm not going to stop. Won't stop, can't stop. You understand? You're a thief. You're a thief, sir. You're hurting our community, and you're a cancer, and you're going to be removed. You're going to be removed. And you know what? You thought I came in this YouTube space because my interaction with you is in the real world out there. You thought that I was going to come into this YouTube space and get caught up with it. No, ain't nobody get caught up. You caused a little disruption, but you didn't derail the train. Oh, no, sir, you didn't derail the train. You understand that? You didn't derail the train. No, you didn't derail the train. I'm staying on you like white on rice. You understand? They got their check. Now they're trying to figure out, where did he get all this money to deposit? And this woman makes $10 an hour working for these people. $10 an hour. She couldn't afford to have that cash. That cash, it shows that cash was deposited. And Philly. And then you deposit it in cash form. That cash was deposited in Philly. You understand? And then clear in Ohio. Nobody playing with you. You got these people on YouTube making video, talking all day, talking all night, and no action. That's why you don't pay him no mind. No.
Umar Johnson is in more trouble than he knows. This is not a situation that's going to go away, bro. You got to handle this, man. I don't know what her motives are, why she's coming online to be this obsessive, this weird, this stalkerish, but this is going to end very badly if you don't handle this situation, bro. Go to the police or something, man. This is scary. I'm scared for you, bro. This lady is weird and got some, like, she has like this weird dark energy too about, oh my God. Yo, she creeps me out, bro. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this? Do y'all believe anything this like woman is saying? Do y'all believe that Umar Johnson debanking is gonna end up really bad for him? Do y'all believe that the higher ups are after Umar Johnson? Let me know, okay? And if you're still watching this video and you want to watch another dope video, then click on this video right here somewhere on my screen to find out exactly why the Adam and Wack show may be over. After Adam and Wack had this really intense standoff on their last podcast, click on this video right here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm gonna see you guys in this video. And if you watch my videos, please send me a hype. Click the hype button below this video and send me a hype. You get 3 hypes a week. Hypes are how you push my videos in the algorithm for me. So please send me a hype. I'm gonna see you guys in this Adam and Wack video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.